24 hours away from both Major League Opening Day and the Sweet 16. Mark Zinno, it is the calm before the storm, but it is never calm with you, sir. How are you doing here on this fine Wednesday?
The Bradley Coopers suck. They're not. They're not good. Like that. That was bad. That's not. How do you have a 13-point lead at half and blow it and lose outright? Like it just
Outscored by more than 13 points in the second half. That's how it happens. That was very poor.
God, I mean, how many second halves have come back to bite us in the ass over the course of the last 3 weeks? It's been bad.
I'm checking my ass right here.
Your
It's
ass.
got a few bites on it, to be honest.
It was ass. Bradley in the second half. That was ass. A lot of it.
Yes. All right, we're gonna try to
soothe
those bite marks
we'll
out of our
let us
asses.
know immediately. Good call, Bradley, guys. Thanks for being Bradley.
Okay. You're teetering into the offensive category with that particular impression. I don't know if we could do that. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I think okay, we're not going to do that anymore, Zinno. All right. What we are going to do is give out 2 Major League Baseball futures for our respective halves of the double play on today's show. And then we've got a best bet in the NIT again. We promise it will be better than Bradley was Tuesday. This team can hold on. Zinno, yesterday on the show, we each gave out a win total. You liked San Diego over. I liked Cincinnati over. I think you kind of liked my win total because you were asking me about it after the show.
But, I was upset because I wasn't getting the same number on my crappy offshore book that you were. That was what was bothering me. I really liked your breakdown. I don't compliment you often on this show, but I really liked your breakdown. I thought it made a lot of sense. And I'm like, wouldn't it be me to be a year too early on the Reds and then not play them next year and watch them win 85 games? But I didn't get 78.5 or 7. I have 80 on my crappy book. I don't know if I like that number.
Oh, I think you're okay.
Oh.
Like I said, if you want to be feisty, bet them to win the division.
Yesterday.
If you want, bet them to win the NL Central. Reds, I'll see you at Skyline Chili. I know you eat healthier than I do, so maybe I won't see you there. But
maybe rally burgers. They have rally burgers there.
No, there's no. It's the chili with the spaghetti sauce. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk. That's for the summer.
Chili has spaghetti sauce. What chili has spaghetti sauce?
You never heard of Skyline Chili before? And they put the cheese on top of it. You never heard Skyline Chili? They don't do that out.
What kind of cheese are we talking about? Cheddar or provolone?
Yes.
Mozzarella?
Cheddar. Yes.
Cheddar. Okay. Cheddar. Got it.
I'll send you a recipe. All right.
Speaking of cheddar.
Smash that like button if you like Skyline Chili like I do. Mark Zinno, you like Juan Soto. That's been well documented. He hit a home run basically right at my feet last year to win the ALCS at Progressive
I was in the
Field.
bar watching
The New York Yankees.
Texting you.
I didn't like it. Then I sent Joe Ranieri this picture of me passed out on a table, and the police officers took a fine photo with me. Anyway, the New York Juan Soto is no longer. It was all good fun. Don't worry, I didn't get in trouble. Anyway, Juan Soto, he's still in New York, but he is no longer wearing pinstripes. He is wearing a New York Mets uniform. I bring all this up because your future that you are going to give out, you are feeling your oats today, sir, dare I say. New York Mets to win the National League plus 550. Please talk to me about this particular wager.
Well, I mean, by the way, since I officially hate all of my teams, and I officially, after the New York Giants, what they did last night, I officially hate them. I'm a Bills fan now, officially. I hate the Giants in so many. Yeah, just. Oh God, you know how bad his little media shtick is going to play in New York. He's going to cry. They're going to chew him up and spit him out. Like it's not even going to be fun. Your dips on the plane, your weird sayings and everything else. It's not going to be fun for Russell Wilson in New York. And
Jameis Winston,
totally not related to what we're talking about here, but dear Lord. So you just sign Jameis, you sign Russell Wilson, and then you're going to draft a quarterback too? Is that what we're going to do?
I think there won't be one available. Is what I'm gathering why they did that. I think they've heard that Tennessee will pick a quarterback and Cleveland will pick a quarterback.
Well, if they've heard that and they take Abdul Carter, I won't be that upset. But still, anyway. All right, let's get back to baseball. So here's the thing with the Mets. All right, And this is why I kind of like them. I know you hate David Peterson, but he was very good last year. And look, they have enough pitching to get them through the NL East, right? I know they found lightning in a bottle with Luis Severino and Jose Quintana last year. Um, and they'll get Kodai Senga back, looks like as well, which should be fun. Who pitches really good at home, but not so much on the road. Anyway, uh, really, the Mets are good enough to make the playoffs, and that's all that really matters when it comes to having Juan Soto in your lineup. And when you have a lineup like the Mets do, offensively, that is going to be able to mash the baseball and score the way they are, then I'm feeling really good between Soto, Alonso, Marte, McNeil. Like this is going to be a high scoring offense, even though they're playing in a cavernous ballpark. Um, this is going to be an offense that scores a ton of runs, especially on the road. So I think Alonso has a bounce back year. I think he's good. I think positive regression is coming for him. But if this Mets team gets to the playoffs, who do you trust more in the postseason than Juan Soto to put a team on his back and carry him? And oh, by the way, remember what Pete Alonso did last year in the postseason, despite the bad year that he had overall. So for this team, it's all about getting to the playoffs. If they get to the playoffs, they're going to be super dangerous. Again, what will their pitching look like throughout the entire year? How will it hold up? All fair questions. But I think this team, given the rest of the NL East, is good enough to make the playoffs. The Braves have a ton of questions. They have more questions than answers, frankly, when you look at it, given all the guys who are coming back from injury and all the guys who had down years last year and what they're going to be. There's a lot. Nonetheless, this is still a spot here where, again, if the Mets make the postseason, I could see them going head to head with the Dodgers and winning. I think it's
Wow.
absolutely possible to do it. So you're not. There's no point in playing the Dodgers to win the NL, right? So you have to find somebody else to do it. I think the American League is too wide open, and I think in reality, there's only 3 or 4 other teams in the NL that really will give the Dodgers a run for their money, and the Mets have to be one of them. I mean, it's the Mets, so there's a great chance that they'll choke the whole thing away because, well, they're the Mets, and the Mets are known for that. But let's grab a little value here. I think you can find better than 550. I've seen different numbers shop around. I've seen up to 7-1 in certain spots, but um, the Mets to win the NL. Let's take a flyer on it. I wouldn't put a lot of money on this, but throw a shekel or two down there, and let's get lucky come October.
Okay. You addressed the one follow-up question I was going to send your way, and that was whether or not you had heard of the Los Angeles Dodgers and their rather expensive payroll. Certainly, they have invested heavily in the team this year. What do you? So I liked the Braves about 3 weeks ago at their price to win the NL East. It's actually come down uh, since then. I don't like it as much now. It's getting close to even money. But you addressed, again, very good breakdown there, Sino, because you addressed many of the follow ups I had. Obviously, talking about the elephant in the room, which is the LA Dodgers. And then you made the point that, hey, just get in the playoffs. And then, as we know in baseball, the playoffs are much more of a crapshoot than, say, basketball or
162 games,
something of
right?
that nature. Yeah. Yeah. You can, if a team gets hot at the right time, they win. So, okay. New York Mets to win the National League plus 550. Mark Zinno feeling frisky there. I'm not feeling quite as frisky with this one, but still, we're going north of 2-1, and we're doing it on the Texas Rangers to win the AL West. Mark Zinno, I like this Rangers team this year. Now, the Astros are the division favorite. That's fine with me. The projection systems are pretty high in Texas. Remember, 2 years ago, the jump that this team made was huge. There, last year was an obvious step back year. We all knew the Rangers after the big jump they made to win the American League were going to take a step back in 2024. But I think they take a step forward this year. I like the pitching staff. Okay, I like the everyday lineup. And I like the overall bullpen. What is the biggest variable when evaluating these teams year to year? It's often the bullpens, right? Those can fluctuate a lot. I know there's a lot of, dare I say, consternation with my Cleveland Guardians and whether their bullpen will be able to replicate its historic success from last year. My thought is they probably will not, and they're not going to be a better team. But the Rangers, I think the bullpen's better. They've got a deep rotation, which is really big over the 162 game grind. I look at the AL West. The Angels are not a player. The Athletics are not a player. Not that high on the Mariners. So really, you're getting a north of 2-1 price on the Rangers to best the Astros. And you look at the Astros, Mark, the offseason they had. Kyle Tucker's gone, Alex Bregman's gone. I think the Astros are worse than they were last year. So this is absolutely worth a shot to do as well. Texas Rangers to win the AL West. You could probably bet them also to get a first round bye as well if you wanted to up this price a little bit, because I think the winner of the AL West is going to be a top 2 seed, because the AL Central winner will almost certainly be the 3rd seed. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
It's interesting. I mean, at some point in time, the Houston Astros are not going to win the West, and the Mariners seem to continually shoot themselves in the foot. So, and remember, I think if I remember, it was like a down to like a game and a half between all 3 teams. Towards the last week of the season, right? Like they were all separated by like 2 games.
The Astros got off to that horrible start last year.
Right.
Right. I remember I went on WagerTalk today. I told Teddy the Astros were a better team than the Rangers. He mocked me at the time.
All right. Well,
I was right.
I mean, is it really at that much out of character to go on WagerTalk today, get mocked for something, and then you be right on it?
It's not. I guess not. Oh, okay. There we go. All right.
But
They're all
rooting for us here on the Morning Wager.
They are. Yes. We know each and every one of you out there root for us as well. So please smash that like button. Also, comment down below with your favorite Major League Baseball futures. I want to know what all of you think about this upcoming season. I think there's a lot of stuff. And if I may, I know this is going to upset you, Mark. I will do it anyway. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off, get it over real quick. Wednesday's edition of the Power 5 will be 5 MLB futures. I'm going to talk about that.
Nobody cares. Don't watch.
Now, that is rude. Okay. I'm not asking you to watch personally, but for you to go out of your way and tell people not to watch that.
Okay. Everybody, please go watch Bryan Power's Power 5. He needs the views. I mean, he's trailing Drew's Daily Diamond, and he takes it very personal.
It's something we didn't need to get into, quite frankly. By the way, I also did futures on the NBA and the NCAA tournament Monday and Tuesday. I changed the format up a little bit. There wasn't as much to bet. I wasn't going to give the people 5 NBA games to play every day. That seems a little silly. So back to the usual format for us on Thursday. Yeah. We'll be talking opening day. We'll be talking the Sweet 16. I'll do that on the Power 5 as well. But we do have a best bet to get to here, Mark Zinno, and it is in the NIT again. UAB and UC Irvine in the quarterfinals. This is probably the best of the 4 quarterfinal matchups. Do you not think? And we look at this. Look, UC Irvine was a fine basketball team all year, overshadowed by UC San Diego in the Big West.
They were a fine basketball team.
But kind of laying too many here. UAB can score. They couldn't beat Memphis ever. We know that. Yeah. But they can score. And we think as underdogs that that dragon will be breathing fire. Is a blazer or is this the blazing just the fire and they went with the dragon? I don't think a blazer is a kind of dragon, is it? I'm going to look that up while you talk.
Mascot is called the Blazer, and it is a dragon, a fire-breathing dragon. Blaze.
No dragons in Alabama, correct? I mean, you're close. That's the next state over for
you. Birmingham. Yeah, I haven't seen any out there. I actually drill in Birmingham, and I don't see them out there. But not only that, it's like in dodgeball: ice, laser, blazer, and Romanovia from the home country of Romanovia, whatever her name is, Ranonokstowitz. Anyway, I don't know the words.
He's the dragon, the official mascot.
Here's the thing. UAB is excellent offensively. When you talk about terms of offensive efficiency, they're top 40 in the nation. They play with a lot of pace. They get up and down. They're not particularly a great shooting team, but they just run and make you play catch up. And that's, that's a good thing. They're also a very good free throw shooting team. That said, UAB doesn't play a ton of defense. Now, why I like UAB here getting the points is because when you bring in a total as high as 160, it's a lot of variance that comes in, right? And usually, what do we talk about? Blowouts always go under. So if Irvine is going to win this thing, they're going to have to outscore UAB. And sure, could they do it? But the fact that UAB will keep coming, the fact that these are 2 teams, 2 small schools who the game matters to, should keep it competitive. I know UC Irvine's defense is very good. Bryan Power will probably tell you. But I think in general here, UAB's style and pace could give them fits. If they're going to get blown out, they're probably going to get it blown out early, right? Even though second halves have been weird, but that just means UAB is completely not hitting shots, and UC Irvine's defense is very good, and they're offensively good enough to continue to score. So against a bad defense, but I think when you get a total this high and you're getting 5.5 points, take the dog because it brings an extra variance.
UAB, let's hope they go better. Let's hope they do a better 40 minutes than Bradley did. Bradley had that first 20 down, but that second 20, well, wasn't very good. So, all right. Is there anything you would like to promote? I know you don't like to promote.
Peace, love, happiness, humanity, America,
Joy.
Second Amendment. I don't know. What? Oh, you mean you want me to tell everybody?
What's the amendment about not having to quarter soldiers? That's the amendment I'm the biggest fan of. Like the old rule, like a soldier. If you could always stay over my house. No, not drawn and quartered. It's the Third Amendment. The Third Amendment is you don't have to, like, if a soldier knocks on your door, he doesn't have to, like, you don't have to, like, give him a bed to sleep in.
Really?
Yes. No one talks about the Third Amendment.
Amendment 3 of the Constitution, it forbids housing of any military service member in private homes without the consent of the owner. Huh.
We'll say this: if you ever knock,
the fourth is against search and seizure. The fifth is the right to incriminate himself. Right? Like we know them all. I forgot the third. Does that mean
no one talks about the third?
If I show up at your front door, it's unconstitutional for me to just bust in and sleep on your couch?
Tell you that I got a front lawn and it's big.
I'm going to start using that. Do you know it's unconstitutional for me to sleep here unless you say it's okay? I'm going to tell that to the ladies when I go to the ladies' house. I was going to say,
have any women told that to you? I'm sorry, sir. It is
by the way, it's unconstitutional for me to be here unless you say it's okay for me to be here. Yeah.
Has a woman ever thrown the Constitution in your face, Mark Zinno?
She's thrown a book at me, but not the Constitution.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go.
She was therefore my ex-wife. Yes.
Well, excuse me. Well, I think
I threw the book at her. Screw that. I'm not lying here. Let's turn the tables around. I threw the book at her. I missed.
It wasn't a
sad.
Okay. Well, that's hopefully it didn't hit a lamp or anything.
A Funkin' Wagner.
It wasn't the good book. Oh, wow, a dictionary. I don't know if I could throw a dictionary. Maybe I could. I'm going to go practice after the show.
You can't throw a wiffle ball. Who are you kidding?
I threw one yesterday to my daughter.
You know what you throw? You throw back beers. That's what you throw.
Coffee.
I don't think he drinks the beer.
I don't think he drinks the beer.
Oh.
Dan Alexander from
the beer. I finished the beer.
I don't think he drinks the beer.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Not a lot I do. Not a lot I finished. Didn't finish law school. Quit after one semester. But I finished them. That's how I know the Third Amendment, by the way. But I did finish it. Got up to the Third Amendment that I left. All right, everybody.
By the way,
I don't know what we talked about on this show.
I have the 5% play posted for the Sweet 16. I just want to let everybody know.
I was teeing you up before, then you went into the whole amendment thing, and I'm glad we.
I don't like the word promoting. That's informing. Okay, promoting is. Oh, I've been 8-2 on 5% plays. Oh, I'm 21-6 over my last 27. That's promoting. I have a 5% play up. Go get it. It's at 316.
All right. On that note, let Mark Zinno sleep at your house. You don't have to.
Sloppy parlay.